Hello everybody, welcome back to the SKUSavvy YouTube channel. Today we're going through bins, one of the core components of the SKUSavvy system where all of your inventory lives. If you're not familiar, SKUSavvy is a full warehouse management system built for Shopify to help you organize the warehouse and fulfill orders faster. And as you can see here, we have a 3D layout of your exact warehouse. And of course, each one of these blue components is a bin within the system. So a couple of things to note about the bins. Number one, when you're creating your warehouse layout, you do have the ability to bulk edit bins. So what you could do is simply add a shelf. And once the shelf is created, now we could go ahead and bulk generate a whole bunch of bins. So here I've set 6 rows, and as you dial that down, you can see that SKUSavvy comes up with and automatically populates the bins on that shelf. Another thing to note here is that you can come up with your own custom bin naming patterns. So just by hovering over this icon, you can see the different naming patterns that you could use to help you speed up the creation of bins within the warehouse layout itself, as these are certainly a central component. Second, we can quickly rename bins. So if we've already got a shelf with a bunch of names and they haven't yet been named appropriately how we want them, you can just simply come into the shelf, open up the information panel, and go down through here to rename many of these at one time. So it makes it a lot easier just to go through, and then you could tab down through and update these as needed. Additionally, when we go into one of the bins, you'll notice that there's a capacity that can be set for this individual bin. This is just a generic capacity for the bin itself. It's not pertaining to any specific inventory item, although you can certainly set a capacity restraint on the individual inventory level as well. Another thing on this layout here is you can dictate which side of the bin you're going to be picking from. So if you are unable to access a bin from one side, then you can click on the shelf and indicate the sides that are available for picking. You can also at this point make a shelf an obstacle or choose to make it something that you could pass through or underneath if in the case that you have a layout structure that might have a pass underneath it. So let's go now into the bin detail. And so if we go ahead and we click on one of the bins that we want to edit, now we could certainly access this from our bin list over here. We're going to just open up the information panel here for this individual bin. And as you can see, when we get in here, something that is very helpful is being able to make the bin either pickable or non-pickable. So a non-pickable bin is going to generally be your overstock bin location. It's going to be holding something that you don't want to route people to within your warehouse. This can also be used in a retail setting to indicate that one of your bins is going to be the primary location that you're going to take stock out for point of sale orders. And as you can see here, we do have the location of the bin. Now, another one that I want to go through here, of course, we could reset the capacity, but now we're going to go into the actual put away criteria for the bin, which is on your bin list. So if we click into bins and we go over to put away criteria. Now, what we're going to do here is you could set a directed put away method for specific bins. And so as you can see here, I've set up a couple of options. So I've set up, or you could set up product types, product tags, SKU patterns, product options, and depending on these criteria, then we could go ahead and assign specific bins for this criteria. Now, let me show you where that comes in handy is if you have new product or product that is cycling periodically throughout the year, as we go ahead and select a new item, what we're going to get is on the actual bin put away itself, we're going to see that this bin does have some kind of criteria that matches to this product, and we can see the capacity of this specific bin here. So it's going to make it very easy to put away product where you need it to go. We call it directed put away. So with this directed put away method, you're really going to save a lot of time. SKUSavvy may mention other bins where you've already got product to put it away, but this just does give you a method to enhance the overall put away. Now, another one that I want to go through very quick is on the printing. So once you have your bin structure created on the layout, there's a few different ways to print your bins. Simply come into the bin list and go to print labels where you can individually print one bin, or you could print many at one time. Now you'll notice that up here we do have the templates that you could create. So just to show you that very quickly, if we go over into our templates, we could add a new bin template. And so if I go ahead and I click on our bin template here, you can see we've got the bin name, the level, and a barcode that could be printed out. And this can be fully customized. Going back into the print, if we wanted to, we could also come into a single shelf and then print all of the bins on that shelf, just to make it easier to print a bunch of bins at one time. Now, again, you also do have the option to update the pick side as well as making the shelf an obstacle, and same from within the bin view. Hopefully that's helpful. Some intricate things to know about the bin structure itself. As always, we appreciate your support on the channel. Be sure to subscribe and like this video, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one.